How's it going, everybody? Hunter Zeigler here, and in today's video I'm gonna take you through everything that I have packed here for tonight's whitetail hunt on public land. I've been running this setup for the first time this year, and I feel like this is way above and beyond and way better than anything that I've ran before as far as public land hunting goes. You know, public land here in Illinois, it gets heavily pressured at times, and you kind of want to get off the beaten path a little bit and try to get back in there a little bit further. So this is what I've been carrying with me, and I'm traveling close to a mile probably at most, and sometimes maybe a little bit further, but I wanted a lightweight setup, something that's able to carry all my gear. I've been saddle hunting the last couple of years. I'm getting a little bit better with it and kind of refined down to exactly what I need, what I don't need, and just some more efficient ways to do things. This video would also apply to you though if you're using a climber, or if you're sitting on the ground, you would just leave some of this gear at home. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it here, and I'll start off with my platform. All I've done is take a couple of these basically carabiners, but these are number 4, rated up to 75 pounds. I'm not really worried about them breaking at all, but I just wanted a way to carry my platform on the outside of the pack, and so far this has been the way to go for me. It's not the most quiet in the world, but it does a decent job of staying in place. But I keep this cruiser platform here. I'll leave a link to all this stuff, and if I don't, go ahead and comment and I'll go ahead and get back to you with it. But a cruiser platform here, and then whenever I get to the tree that I've got picked out, I just undo these carabiners, and then I've already got my saddle on at that point as well. And I like to basically take this and I hook it to my backside here. I've got a little bit of a loop that I'll show you in a minute that I use for this whenever I'm going up the tree. But also on the platform, I've got some paracord with another carabiner, and I just take my bow rope and wrap it around there, so whenever I get up, get the stand put in place, I can pull my bow up. So I haven't touched on it yet, but this is the Mystery Ranch Treehouse series. I believe this is the Treehouse 9. I'll put that on the screen below if that's wrong or if it's a different size, but they sent me this pack last fall, and I told them I would do a review on it, and I haven't got that out yet, but I'm working on it. I just started bringing it this season, and I really wasn't too amped up about it. I didn't think that I would like this style of pack really, but I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a try if they're going to send it to me and I don't have to pay for it. What I will say is I've been super impressed with it so far. It seems like it's got plenty of carrying capacity, and it's pretty comfortable, especially with this strap over the top. It really helps distribute the weight a little bit better than I thought, but they've got nice padding around the waist here as well. And then one of my favorite parts actually about the pack is you've got dual zipper pouches in here. I know a lot of packs, for some reason, they don't put the zippers here, and that always drives me crazy because this is where I like to keep my rangefinder. I'll go ahead and show you here. The Loophole RX1000 IV. Got nothing else in that pouch. Then on this side I got my headlamp. This is the Petzl Active Core. Been running this for about 2 years now. I really like it because it's got the lock on it, and it's also got red light, white light, and like 3 different modes of light on it that are pretty nice. I keep a couple extra batteries for my filming setup, and that's something I didn't mention, is that I film all my hunts, so I actually have everything in here that I need to film as well. It's a little bit lighter and less high maintenance than what I've had in the past. I haven't been carrying like my 4th arrow camera arm. I've been going a little bit more lightweight on these setups. We'll get a little bit more into that in a minute. But back to the saddle approach, I found a really good way that I feel to store these climbing sticks. These are the tethered sticks. I think they're Skeletors. But on the Mystery Ranch pack here, they've got nice loops around the bottom that just clip in. And what I like about this is that I'm able to place the sticks down if I want to take my pack off. And they set, like the whole pack and everything sits nicely on the sticks. So then when I get to the stand, I just drop my pack down, lift it off, and then I've got my Skeletor sticks here. And I've only been carrying 3 with the rope aider here, and that puts me about, I think, 18 feet maybe. So I'm not super high in the tree. I'm trying to pick out stuff that's got a little bit of backdrop to it, and you know, I'm just not one of those guys that likes to get up there 30 or 25 or 30 feet. It's just not for me yet. And maybe if I get more and more comfortable with the saddle setup, I'll eventually go a little bit higher. I'll go ahead and jump into the saddle itself. It's a TX5. I believe it's the minimalist. So it bunches up basically on the bands. On these, there's little keepers here where you can really compress the webbing here, the actual saddle itself, and it's very small, doesn't cause any problems walking in. I walk in with it on every time and never had an issue with it so far. So it's been pretty good. I feel like it's a little undersized, but that was my fault when I ordered it. But this is kind of what I was talking about here. Whenever I get to the stand and I carry my platform, I've got this, it's, I believe, Night Eyes Figure 9 carabiner. And this thing's been pretty sweet because I clip it into the molly webbing on the back, and then it's just got this little keeper hook. So then I will take my stand, and I have like a little paracord knot tied on here, but just for example, I basically hang it on my on this V-notch, basically is what you'd call it, I guess. It's actually right there. So that hangs off my back when I go up, and then whenever I get where I want to go, just lift it off. But yeah, this is also a big oversized pouch here from TX5, and it's got all my ropes and a tree hanger bracket that I've been using. This goes around the tree to hang my gear. It's a must-have. I got it on Amazon, I believe. I don't remember the company that makes it, but you can't go without that, especially on public land. Not allowed to screw stuff into trees, so that just wraps around and tightens up. But yeah, the TX5 minimalist saddle, I like it so far. And then we'll get into a little bit more here on the pouch. So on the outside, this is what I've been using to film with. This is Sony RX, I believe 1000. Yeah, 1000, like Mark IV. It's just a point and shoot camera. Like I said, I've really downsized. I'm usually carrying like a DSLR on a 4th arrow camera arm, and for whatever reason, I'm just trying to go more lightweight. And honestly, like at the end of the day, I think the storyline is a little bit more important than getting all the extra footage, the B-roll footage that I usually get with the big DSLR setup. So I've really downsized, and unless I'm hunting like private ground or I've got a hang on or something that's already set up, I think that this is just a much more efficient way to go. And then with this camera, I've got it paired with the Action 3 from DJI, and I love this little action camera. And then once I get to the stand, I put this head strap on, and these action cameras are really cool from DJI because they've got like a magnet and a clip-in approach, so I can literally, without looking at it, it's on my head just like that, and I'm ready to film. So another great thing is there's like a quick shoot function, which I think most of these cameras have now, but if I have any action coming, I just come here, click on this button, and I know it's recording. So a pretty easy way to film. lightweight, doesn't cost a whole lot. Honestly, this is like a $200 camera. I think this one was pretty pricey when it came out. I think it was like $800 to $900, but this is also probably 8-10 years old now, so you can find them much cheaper than that. So far, that's all I'm keeping on the outside. You could put some snacks in there, but I'm usually like an after work type of hunt, or I'm not sitting all day early on in the season. Inside the main compartment here, I'll go ahead and spin it around. And I've got the Ambient 100 jacket from Sitka. It's just something I like to throw over late October, maybe early November. And the other night I carried a Hyperdown jacket from Sitka, a little bit bigger, but a puffy style jacket. And it actually fit in here pretty well too, so you could really cover some probably temperatures in like 15-20 degree range if you had to. I've got a Gerber, I can't remember the name of this saw, but basically if I had to saw any limbs or saw a leg off or something, whether it be my leg or a deer's leg, I've got a saw on me. And then I've got a buck knife for skinning, a pair of orange gloves that I've moved to the color orange. I found these the other day at Harbor Freight. I thought if you get in a late night situation in the dark and you're kind of trying to see where your fingers should never be where you're cutting, but these are going to stick your fingers out a little bit better so you don't cut yourself. Got some gauze quick claw here. I hope that I don't ever have to use this, but I've been carrying it elk hunting, so I thought while I have it, I might as well keep it on me. And along with that, I've also got a tourniquet. Like, I laugh at it now, but you never know when you could get into a crazy situation and need something like this. So I figured as lightweight as this is and the quick claw, I might as well have it. You know, I've already got it for the elk hunting situations, so why not bring it? I got a selfie stick to get some cool action shots, or like I said earlier, the B-roll footage. I don't do a whole lot of it anymore, but if I do want to get a little bit of a different perspective, I just take that off my hat clip and I stick it on there and I'm good to go. Extends way out, so maybe even if I get a big buck on the ground, I can take some selfies with it. That's all in the main compartment I've got. So you can see I don't really have much. I don't carry a whole lot. Way different than elk hunting. But this pack has some mesh here that's zippered, and then it has another mesh compartment on the inside where I've been keeping the first aid and the skinning stuff. And it's got some nice pockets down in here that just have elastic bands on them that kind of hug to the other side of the pack, so plenty of room to store stuff in there. And then last but not least, I guess the only thing I haven't covered is the Nalagene bottle. It's quiet, not gonna make a lot of noise, better than bringing a water bottle or Mountain Dew bottle or something like that. So yeah, not the most in-depth setup in the world, but honestly that's what you need whenever you're gonna go in and hunt a lot of public ground. And especially if you're gonna film, these are must-have things. So if you guys can think of anything like a more efficient way to do something, or something that you like to bring that I haven't covered in this video or I don't have on this pack, put it in the comments below, or shoot us in a message, an email at recruitcreative@outlook.com. One more thing, I'll cover Danner pronghorn boots. These are uninsulated, so it's good for early season. But late in the year, you're probably going to want to find something with a little bit of insulation. And as far as a bow goes, I'm carrying the Bowtech Carbon Zion. It's super lightweight, like 3 pounds. And then I'm using an UltraView thumb release this year. So that's going to wrap up everything that I've got. And I wish you guys a lot of luck this year in the woods. And if you get some time, feel free to go out and check out some more of our videos and subscribe to our channel, as we've got a lot more content coming at you, and you might see some reviews on some of these things in the near future.